Guess who? This is video number 3 from Plain Old Geezer. I cleaned up a bit since my last video. I had to trim my beard because when I bent over to tie my shoes, it got caught in my zipper. Oh, not a good thing. Like every man, and I'll bet most women, I caught some hairs on my zipper, but not quite like that. I'm sure glad Mrs. Geezer wasn't around to catch me in that rather vulnerable moment. I bought me a couple new gadgets to help with being a better YouTube video producer, actor, and stuntman. Don't get your hopes up, though, because a stunt for me is going from sitting position to a standing position. My new gadgets include, where is it? Right here, this little lapel mic, so my sound will be more consistent. And this weird looking thing here called a gimbal, which allows me to make videos while walking around without the camera bouncing or shaking. Also, it's supposed to follow my face if I set the gimbal on a tripod and move around to provide a little plain old geezer action. Don't get excited about that either. I should have bought the tripod that works with the gimbal, so I made my own in my little workshop in the woods. And it worked out pretty well, so I may make some more at different heights. Save a few bucks. Now, this gimbal has a bit of a learning curve, more like a learning hill for me, so let's see what I can do with it. Hello again. It's tomorrow compared to yesterday when I started this video. Still on that learning curve with my gimbal and with software. If you'll notice, when I move, the camera actually moves with me. And that is active tracking, better known as facial recognition. Now, if I click off the facial recognition, now you'll see the camera stays still, but I move. That's pretty cool. I'm impressed with this little thing. But I digress. I was making some additional videos this morning. I thought I had it all working. And then I downloaded them onto the computer to find out I took about 18 photographs. I had it on photo instead of video. There's that dang learning curve again. You can teach an old geezer new tricks, but it takes practice, and lots of redos. Anyway, I'm in my office. It's hot as blazes outside, so I'm not going out there today. It's 95 right now. What seems like the real temperature is 105, they say. Whew. Now I'll stay inside, thanks. So I thought one of the things I can start with is show you my N-Guage train display. Okay, one of the things that inspired me to start YouTube videos in the first place was my friend Wayne thought I should start doing it. And I've seen a lot of videos on N scale and other scales of train displays. So I guess it was 2 winters ago I started this. It's just a 1x4 wooden frame with a piece of plywood on top of it and 1-inch styrofoam. And then I built on top of that. Now, the way I started was actually with my landscaping first. And the reason being is because it's tucked in the corners and it's going to be kind of hard to reach back there without leaning on track that might be finished in the front. So I built everything in the back, and I did build it in sections that hopefully you can't tell where they join. And it's all made out of styrofoam and plaster of Paris and glue and anything else that they recommend works. As you see, I got a few tools laying around. In this hobby, you use a lot. That bin right there is filled with them. Some are on the floor because I was working underneath the platform. And you probably see the edge of my pillow. That is not where I sleep. That helps me work underneath the train platform. And getting up and down, getting old. Now what you see here is 3 different tracks Two are what they call the main line. One is a staging track, and then this is a ladder. And the ladder is used to store cars that are being assembled to form another train that will take the cars out and be distributed to the appropriate industries. And it's far from finished. Here's one detail that I had working and I didn't like the way things were happening. So I tore this piece of track out from this point down to this point. It was connected to this turnout. They are called turnouts, but what you do is switch a turnout. Most people just say switches, but technical jargon, it's a turnout. What had happened is this engine did not like my curve here because it was tilted in two different directions. Since it has 6 axles on it, it was very sensitive to that curve. So I put a wedge under one portion of it and had it working beautifully. Then I ended up buying this little bugger right here. I say she because she's pretty, she didn't like part of my track either. You see them two tiny, the little wheels in the front. Actually, there's 4. Well, I had a bad joint right here. I actually had a little stub piece of track in here, and it didn't like that at all. So I thought, okay, tear it out and start over. Cleaned up all the glue that was on here, and now I'm going to re-spackle this, use spackling compound because it's easy to sand and get it nice and level and smooth and see if I can make both engines happy. Now you see right here, the little extension stub, that's off of one of the turnouts that it would be switched to the left, and it's going to continue and hook up to my turntable. That's not in place, that's just sitting there. Turntable will have another track coming in from this direction, and a few more for staging, and 3 that go into this little roundhouse. That's all to be done in the future. Lots of things to do to keep me occupied. And we'll do progressive videos as time goes on. And here's a tool that really, when I got a piece of track that just doesn't work right, it pays attention pretty quickly. So we got ways of doing things. All right. Thanks for watching. Okay, I think we're going to be able to get a cute shot of the owner of the house. This is Ginger. Are you sleeping? No, you're just pretending, aren't you, huh? Isn't she cute? Huh? Yeah. Are you going to stretch? No, I'm going to go back to sleep. She wants me to buzz off, so I will. But we'll talk about her in future videos. And she is considered a rag doll. That is the breed. Her fur is absolutely soft as a rabbit. It is silky smooth. So she's hard not to pet. But on second thought, she's a female, so she is hard to pet. Well, we'll learn more about her as time goes on, and I'll let her back to her afternoon nap. I gotta get a better background. Oops! Well, here we are at the end of my 3rd YouTube video, and I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, the hat tells you I'm having a bad hair day, but I'm up against the clock if I want to be consistent and post my video by 2:30. I got an hour left. It has been quite an experience learning how to operate my DJI Osmo Mobile 3 gimbal, and at the same time learning how to use the DaVinci Resolve 16 video editing software. That's a mouthful. Once I get this video posted on YouTube, I think I'm going to start building a file of cuts and outtakes for some future funny content in later videos. I sure had a few oopses making this and stitching this video together. Now, y'all know what I'm going to ask next. Yes, please Share, like, subscribe, send me comments, good and bad. So far in total, YouTube Analytics tells me I have 147 views and a whopping 3.7 watch hours. Somehow I have to get my watch hours way up. I have to reach 4,000 within 1 year. Whoa, I'm way short of that pace. Now, I will try to be as entertaining as possible on my part in my videos to draw more viewers. But, well, the rest is up to you, the viewer. The best way to help, if you are kind enough to do so, is to watch my entire video each week. You can even click play, go make a sandwich or something, and by the time you get back, well, my video will be over and you suffered no serious damage. A win-win. Uh-oh. Another way to help is to share by asking your friends to view my videos and see what they think. What this crazy old geezer is doing, huh? Hey, thanks for your help so far, and remember, keep smiling, or I might turn into grouchy old geezer instead of plain old geezer. Till next week, bye!